share, subscribe. Cause you know we keep it live, yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Cause you know we keep it live. You know we keep it live. Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live. You know we keep it like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live. You know we keep it live. Like, share, subscribe. Cause you know we keep it live, yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Cause you know we keep it live. You know we keep it live. Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live. You know we keep it like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live. You know we keep it live. Share, subscribe. Cause you know we keep it live, yeah.
Leandre got the juice.
Check mic 1, 2. Yo, what's good, everybody? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all feeling good this morning. Hope y'all feeling good this morning, man. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Woke up with the Lord on my mind. Woke up, got in my prayer this morning. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Appreciate y'all for pulling up here on the Coach Smook Morning Show. Good morning, everybody. Great Monday morning for the bye week. What's up, Brett? Popping in with the first comment. Y'all know how we do, man. We always try to get in and try to welcome everybody in. Listen, if you have not already, go ahead and drop a like on the stream. Go ahead and share it up. Everybody know that we live here on the Coach Smook Network. I mean, y'all already know. Every week it's the same thing. Every Monday morning we coming back. We coming with the raw content. We coming with the real. Coming with the authenticity. Above all, that's how we move. Let me get over here. I gotta get this other PC. I had to reset the other PC, y'all. I'm sorry I took so long to get on the screen today. We actually, you know what? I thought we was running behind, but we're actually on time because our intro is usually 7.5 minutes. We try to give everybody enough time to get the notifications in, but looks like everybody's getting their notifications this week. Shout out to YouTube, man. They've been really rocking with your boy with the algo, man. We've been getting, if you get your notifications when I go live, man, put a fire emoji in the chat. What's up, Eddie? How you feeling this morning? Robert Seals, what's good? G-Ski Billionaire. What's good, family? Hey, G-Ski, we got to link up, man. Jay Penny, what's good, my guy? Greg McKinney pulling up to the chat. We live on Facebook today too, y'all. We live on Facebook, Twitch. No, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Shout out to the Big 33 on YouTube, the 19 on Twitter, and the 2 on Facebook. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Everybody. Carla, what's good, sis? Look, my team, my admin team, look, I hope y'all got some rest this past weekend. We was kind of discombobulated. I think everybody was just kind of pulled in so many different directions trying to maintain. We really have hit the ground running and really haven't had time to really just sit back and enjoy the work we've been putting in. So, but I mean, it ain't getting no easier now. So if y'all are looking to help the network grow or be a part of this team because it's growing, we have spots, positions and spots and fillers that people can volunteer their time, that extra time, and help the network grow and be a part of this team because it's going somewhere. You never know what it could turn into, and this team is doing some great things, man. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to Susan. She's one of the members on the team. Appreciate her. Bino, what's up, big bro? My whole family. What's up, Carolyn? How you feeling? Carolyn Burton in the chat. Zach, look, Carolyn to put a whole picture up there for us, y'all. She really AAA now. We got to get Carolyn in the Discord so she can come to the Boom Boom Room a couple times. Get that Boom Boom Room experience. You know what? You really ain't AAA till you come to the Boom Boom Room. Like you AAA, right? You AAA right now, but you ain't AAA till you come to the Boom Boom Room. Like you don't understand fully. I ain't gonna say you ain't AAA. You don't understand fully what AAA is until you come to the Boom Boom Room. I promise you. And it's one of those things where you just, it's not like it's an exclusive experience. It's just, you get to see who you really talking to in the chat. You get to see who you really dealing with. You know, not just me, the whole community that we have. But y'all, we putting in some work here at the Coach Smook Network. Thank y'all for pulling up. What's up, Jarvis? Yeah, what about them Hornets, baby? AS. You. Somebody tell Coach Sean, go eat his heart out. My Hornets, baby. On your way in, don't forget to like and share facts 100%. What's up, King? Y'all, this week, because it's the bye week, I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming content, so I hope y'all ready to enjoy that, man. I really hope y'all pull up and support that. What's up, Ray? My guy, Travelpreneur Sports, is in the podcast. Hey, not popping off like that. You can't even say good morning. Go to timeout. Next, King. Go to timeout. You got to say good morning at least. What's up, Jay? My guy, Jay is in the building, man. Checking in on Twitter. Jay, I don't know if you talked with Josh yet, man, but I told him to pass a message to y'all. J-Raw, I told him to pass a message to you and a few others. Want to have a real conversation, man. It ain't that bad either. I hope everybody don't trip. Don't be thinking it's just bad every time I want to talk with somebody. Coach Smook Network is literally that, a network. I'm always networking. Good or bad. We always networking. What's up, Christopher? How you feeling? Good morning. Roll Tide. Welcome to the chat. Listen, we always take the first 15 minutes to kind of allow everybody to come in and get settled in, right? Just kind of engage in a little conversation. I want y'all to right now in the chat, right now, topics of conversation that you might want to touch on today and might want to hear about on the phone line. We have a few callers that's going to be calling in today. They're kind of like our regulars, but that don't mean you can't call in. If you want to call in for your first time, please do not hesitate to call in when we open up the phone lines today, because we want to definitely hear your voice. But what are some topics that you want to talk about today? We're gonna, as you can see, this show schedule at the bottom. Today we're gonna dive into just basically we're gonna finalize our thoughts on the Missouri game. I got to go back and watch the game, really for real. Like this morning, I woke up this morning, I did my prayer meditation, and I watched the game. And I'm gonna have my own little take on it. And a lot of people might not agree with it. But I think I'm gonna be coming from a very unbiased standpoint. So definitely stick around and tune in for that. We got about 4 minutes till we go into the beginning of the show. My boy Jay, he said, "No, for sure, bro. I hit, bro," and see what's going. Oh no, you can hit me up. Since you here, I don't be on Twitter like that, bro. When I'm on Twitter, I literally go to antagonize or put people on game, and then I get off. If I get in a space, it's because I've been invited, or if I get a DM or something, it's because I'm at somebody. Topic. Hey, appreciate you for putting it like that too. All caps, y'all can put it like that. Topic: comparing LSU defense to Bama offense. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna get into that. We actually not gonna dive into LSU as much this week. I kind of want us to kind of take a moment. Let's put the car in park. Because this is a bye week. We can afford to put the car in park right now. We can afford to go to the shop and get a tune-up. We can get a maintenance. We can get a evaluation. We can hook the reader up to the car, right? The machine up that you go to AutoZone and they hook it up and tell you, see what all misfires and all that stuff you get. We're gonna hook that up to the vehicle right now, and that's what we're gonna try to do this week. We're gonna break it down to the smallest of the smallest, and then next week, bro, we're going to dive into that LSU conversation because I'm bringing film next week. I'm telling you, next week, the show, y'all remember how the film room was this past week? We're going to do the film room again this week, except this week, we're going to have a special guest. We're supposed to have a special guest, so really going to get into that. The fact of establishing the run game helped the offense greatly, 100%. We could definitely, I'm going to highlight that one. Christopher, I highlighted your comment too because that's one I'm going to put in the topics for our discussions for Alabama LSU. But let's take a chance today. When you call in, let's really talk about this team. I got the schedule, past results, everything up so we can kind of reference a whole bunch of different angles so we can know what we're looking at. And don't forget, y'all, not just football going on. Alabama women's and men's basketball has kicked off. Both teams off to a great start. Listen, I'm excited because one, I think Alabama basketball, that's tonight, right? Tip off tonight too. Let me see. Let me get the football schedule up first. Get the football schedule up, and then the basketball schedule is. I'm telling y'all, this year we really going to dive into the basketball scene. I'm gonna be referencing and collabing with a few of the, not a few, one or two content creators that cover basketball or cover people that cover basketball, Alabama basketball. But I'm gonna be going to a lot of those games this year, y'all. A lot of games this year. So I got that schedule up. Let me get this up. NCAA, boom. All right, let me get that. One more. What are we doing? Here we go. They kick off on the 4th. Against UNC Asheville. I always say that crap like that. But we're going to talk about anticipating the basketball season, all the good stuff today. We're going to dive into all those conversations. Listen, when we call in today, make sure you say your name and put me in the game, coach, so we can get the clips, y'all. We got some good clips. Got some good clips that I'm going to be putting up this week. So make sure y'all checking out the channel and the content. And also don't forget to check out the merch, y'all. We got merch. I'm gonna upload this merch video. So when y'all get out here and start repping Coach Smook Network and the AAA family, man, these hoodies, I got some pictures, man. I'm ready to do the updated merch release infomercial. So if you ordering Coach Smook merch, if you were ordering the AAA merch, please don't hesitate to post your pictures in Discord. Send them to me directly if you don't feel safe posting them in Discord, whatever. CoachSmook@gmail.com. Send me those pictures. I want to get your face. I want to get the community across the platform. So here at the 15 and a half minute mark, we're getting ready to transition into our show. I hope y'all ready for a good one, man. Alabama victory over the shutout win over Missouri. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna expound on it. We're gonna indulge. We're gonna really take it in, and then we're gonna start evaluating this team from a different standpoint, y'all. So when we get back, we'll jump into that conversation. here on the Coach Smook Network. Thank y'all for being here on the Coach Smook Morning Show here this Monday morning. Beautiful Monday morning. And when we come back, we actually going to jump into an inspirational moment. Then we'll jump into our conversation. So stick around. This show is not like no other. Y'all can't get anything better anywhere else when it comes to covering Alabama football, sports, anything you want covered. I'm going to find out. I'm going to get it. We're going to get the scoop. Thank y'all for being here. It's your boy, Coach Smook. I love y'all.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Keep me off the ball.
Leandre Gothete Gius.
Sir, yes, sir. Let's get into it, man. Y'all. Today's inspiration is we in the bye week and y'all hear the party music playing. I want to more so motivate you all today. What's good, Jay Jackson popping in the chat, my brother. What's up, Damon Davis, my guy, Bama Nation. He checking in. Y'all, Damon is in here. Damon's in the building. Damon? Yeah, that's Damon. But y'all hear the party music playing in the background, man. This morning's inspirational moment, y'all. We made it through another weekend. You know, I saw some people lose their lives this weekend. I had a close friend. His mother is on her dying bed. You know, and it's a sad thing, but at the same time, she's going in peace because she lived her life. You know, and so I just wanted to encourage y'all to really take advantage of appreciating the day, y'all. Appreciating the day, appreciating the opportunity. I'm telling y'all, today is a special day. One, because a year ago today is when Kyle reached out to me, right, and asked me to come on his show. A year ago, probably like 4 days ago, but I did my first live on Bama football on YouTube a year ago today. That just goes to show you how fast time flies. A lot of you all didn't even know who I was October of last year, but I had been doing this style of content since October of 2022. So I was just thinking about it today, and I was really grateful, man. And I was like, man, I wonder if people really understood the grind and the effort that's been put into this. would they really have a better appreciation for what content creators who are really diligently putting their work in. And I mean, I'm not boasting, but it takes a lot of work to continue to do this, because it can become discouraging when you don't see the numbers, or people not agreeing with your viewpoints, or people calling you out. They talking trash on your name. They on Twitter crying because you don't agree with them. They talk stupid and talk crazy, but as soon as you say something back to them, you're not professional, or you're supposed to be a professional, and you can't say, no, I'm a human, and you're gonna talk to me crazy. So guess what? You can receive crazy, right? So it's a lot of mental stuff, small things that can amount and derail your image. But I had to trust God with it, and I want you all to trust God with it. That's my inspiration for y'all today. If you woke up today, you got an issue, you're dealing with something on your mind, something on your heart, you might be dealing with something, trust God with it. At the end of the day, you can't handle it clearly. You can't fix it. You don't have the means to fix it. Trust God with it. That's my encouragement for you all today, y'all. That's my encouragement for y'all today. Just really trust God with it and watch him work it. Watch him work it. Don't trust him with it, or say you trust him with it and then try to help him work it. Trust him with it and let him do it. Because after you give it to him, it's his responsibility. It is no longer your word. It's no longer your thought. It's his responsibility. So trust God with it and watch him work. That's my morning inspirational moment for you all. Trust God with it. And I know a lot of y'all may not be religious or be spiritual like that. But I'm gonna tell you, whatever your faith is, whatever your belief system is, if you have a belief in a higher power and you have a faith system, trust that faith system and watch it work. I promise you, man, the human mind is so powerful. I think we don't give ourselves enough credit of how powerful our minds are, because really we hear the saying, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. That's a real thing, y'all. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. If you put your mind to it, the human brain, if you put your mind to it, if you say, I'm going to complete this at this, and you like literally mentally set yourself up to complete every task going into that, or to attack every task going into that, watch how crazy you get. Watch how crazy it'll get. So just trust God with it. Trust God with it. Everything that's in your control, do what you can control. Everything else, trust God with it. I promise you, good. It'll be better. But listen, let's jump into the conversation, y'all. Alabama versus Mizzou grades, man. Let's get into it. And I don't want y'all to take me. I don't want y'all to take this evaluation as me saying this team is doing something so great. I want to talk about Alabama versus Mizzou. Not what they've been doing, not what if, what could have, what would have. We're talking about what happened. Let's talk about what happened. Let's keep that in perspective. Let's not let our fair weatherness of the fair weather fan base, the fair weather section of the fan base get to us today, all right? Because we got a section for them at the end of the show. I got a whole segment for the fair weather fans. So fair weather fans, the ones that come in and complain all the time and say that they're sharing their opinion, but they really just coming in here to cry and talk negative. I got a segment for you. You got space. You got space today here on the Coach Smook Network. I told y'all this is a safe space for all fans, right? Fair weather, solid fans, all of them, all alike. We have a whole segment. As a matter of fact, because I can't hold water good. Y'all want to see a preview? Nah, I can't do it to y'all. Let's get into the conversation. Alabama versus Mizzou grade sheet, man. Let's get to it. Let's start at the top, man. A lot of times we like to get right there on the field. Let's start at the top. Let's start where it really starts at. Let's start at the head coaching position. If we had to grade out Coach Kalen DeBoer today, and let me get this other platform, this other dashboard set up, because I want to get polls rolling today. Y'all gonna be active today. Y'all gonna be active today, because I'm gonna put some polls in the chat today. Y'all gonna be active today. Ain't nobody being lazy today. If I'm gonna work, y'all gonna work with me, right? I'm just playing. Nah, let's get into it. I got a poll for y'all. Kalen DeBoer, what's your grade for Kalen DeBoer? The head coaching job that he put. Let's do it like this. Let's do the coaching staff, coaching grade for this game, and then we'll have conversation. We'll break it down. Coaching staff grade for versus Mizzou. And we're going to give it A, B, add two more options, C, and L. All right? We don't get the D, pause. We don't get no D around here, pause. A, B, C, F. Give me some grades.
Poll is in the chat. A, B, C, F. Give me some grades in the chat. Now, as the coaching staff as a whole, I'm gonna give this coaching staff a solid A minus. And when I say A minus, I get to do that because I don't have to mark a option in the chat. But an A minus, I'm gonna say it like this because I still saw, and I'm gonna say, hey man, A minus because of the offensive side, the play calling, and it ended up like working out, right? It ended up working out. There are some small things I want to see made as far as adjustments with this offense. Me as a coach, and as a fan, knowing the game of football, there are small things I want to see Nick Sheridan make adjustments with the gameplay calling with this offense, and that's early game situations where we have chances to seize momentum. Now, I think out of all the opportunities that we were presented, I'm gonna be fair. Out of all the opportunities we were presented this last game, where it was clear-cut opportunities to seize momentum, I think Nick Sheridan did a 10 times, 20 times better job than he did last week against Tennessee and the week before against South Carolina. He called plays that you could see that Jalen Milroe was comfortable with. You could see that the full offensive, the set that was out there, the personnel that were out there were comfortable with the play call. So I'm good with that. My thing is situational. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, I believe it was 3rd and 6. In the first half, we run the pitch play to the edge with, trying to rely on our wide receivers to get out and lead block. I don't like that play call when you just gash them for 4.5, almost 5 yards on the interior. And the left side of your offensive line is blocking tremendously well in the run blocking game. Let's kind of lean on that a little bit more. Also in the red zone, you see we still spreading the ball out. I love the fact, I'm gonna give him credit for this. I gave him a nick. I'm gonna give him a credit. I love the fact that we go into that QB zone read. I mean the QB run, the QB power. I love the fact we go into that formation when we get into the red zone. I think it's time to the first option off of that. Let's get past the first option. Let's get some pre-snap motion. Bring a wide receiver in motion. Give me a reverse look. We're at a stage in the season where we should start seeing a lot of these exotic motions, pre-snap motions, and extended plays, and that's all with the comfortability of your quarterback. Now, I'm a very, very, very big proponent or supporter of keep it simple, stupid, right? But when you have the assets that you have, especially with the likes of Jalen Milroe, who I still believe is hurt, y'all. Played a solid game-managing game, made a few big plays with his legs. The one play that made me feel like he was a little bit more comfortable with his stance or whatever his body feel is, when he took the ball, and it was only like a 4-yard game, but he stepped up in the pocket and didn't hesitate to attack the line of scrimmage. They had a nice QB spot. Missouri's defense played it well, but he went forward instead of trying to evade and run out of the pocket and lose yards. So we got 30 votes on the chat, man. We got 30% saying we got 30%, 53% saying they give him a B, 43% say an A, and 3% say an F. I'm pretty sure that 3% is our resident closet Bama fan. He's saying Mizzou had 14 players injured plus a horrible QB. Bama get a D for pitching a shutout. We didn't give up 10 points like Georgia did. We pitched a shutout. We didn't struggle with them. We pitched a shutout. We didn't allow a score. We pitched a shutout. We didn't give up 100 yards rushing. We pitched like what was their total stats? Let me go back to this game. Let me pull up the box score. So our resident closet Bama fan, and you know what's sad, Darius? You watch so much Bama football. You used to be a Bama fan till Georgia won a national championship. I guarantee it. Darius was a Georgia fan until Bama won a national championship, and then he switched over to Georgia because they was popping. He's a bandwagon fan. He switched over to Georgia, and then once Georgia got beat by Bama again, it was kind of like the turnaround was so quick. He couldn't stick to being a Georgia fan. So he's kind of playing in between the chats because there's like 2 Georgia chats live right now. He's choosing to be here, which is weird. But yeah. 14 players injured and still pitched a shutout. Okay, let's look at the box score. And I just want to talk about total yards gained, right?
A team that was averaging 212 rushing a game or 185 just came off a game where they had 167 yards total rushing on 39 attempts. Kept them to 4.3 yards per game average. That's solid. That's solid run defense. It's not the best, but it's solid when you look at the amount of volume. 72 yards passing between the two quarterbacks. Brody Cook was at 50% when he left the game, only averaging 2.5 yards a game. We can't help that he's hurt. 12, both QBs with a less than 15 QBR, but they get a D. Shut up. And go to timeout. Bad dog came in talking crazy. Smook on his Iverson today. We pitched a shutout, like for real, man. We pitched a whole shutout, Brett. Appreciate that 199 super chat too, man. Hey, I'm sick of you, man. You need to go find a Georgia chat. Thank you, Bino. I'm sick of him. He just come in and don't talk football at all. Drew Pine gets an 8, bro. It don't matter who was out. You still have to show up. Nobody was saying that when we had Jace McClellan and Roydell Williams out last year. Right? We running with our third string back. Man, let's go. We got to get 6 the ball. Miro tighten up. Shut up, King. I don't even want your super chat, bro. Like, you just complain all the time. Get 6 the ball for what? He dropped 2 passes. Kobe Prentice dropped 2 passes. He's fading inside on the outside on a deep shot where Miro's putting it. The same thing with Ryan Williams. You showed up badly in the first half of this game. And I don't mind that. He's a freshman, true freshman, 17 years old. Ain't even had a full 6 months in this system. The young man is showing great improvement. Same thing. You know who else is showing great improvement in this system as it's continuing to grow, especially in the past concepts? CJ Dupree. CJ Dupree has been like one of my highlights. But yeah, that's one of the things. So coaching staff, I give them an A-. We got majority of the chat saying B. So 53% saying a B. B plus. I'm assuming it's a B plus, right? I'm assuming it's a B plus, right? How this dude, man, listen. Y'all don't see, we gotta give moderator training. We gotta give moderator training. And yes, CJ is definitely a beast. Folks, it's not like Cook is Tom Brady. He wasn't that good anyway. Our defense got better. End of story. They got a great wide receiver and he didn't do anything. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Luther Burden 2 for 15. 2 for 15 on carries. Then you got him in the pass game, 3 for 3. Like, that's regardless of what type of quarterback you got a wide receiver who's going to go first round. Probably your first wide receiver out of the SEC, right? Going to get picked up in this draft, right? He dropped a few. You could tell the injury being out, and that injury affected his timing. Blunt conversation. They don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about all the credit that they was giving Missouri. I was giving Missouri credit, too. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Darius keep talking all this crap, Ray, about Bama. Like, he keep evaluating Bama like Georgia ain't got problems. Don't let that Texas been had problems. Y'all was the first defense that Texas had seen. And you see how they struggle. And it ain't like y'all blew them out. He's freaking, I think Kobe was just rusty. That's how I said, Greg. That's what I said. I believe that 100%. Our running game is trending at the right time. Jamarcus, you remember earlier in the season when I said it would take 7 games for us to really find out what our identity needs to be? And you remember, if you've been around here, I've always been a firm believer that the run game needs to be the identity of this team. You have a quarterback who's more effective when his legs are involved, not necessarily meaning he has to run the ball 20 times. You have a quarterback that when his legs are involved, regardless of the phase of the offense, if his legs are a threat, you're putting yourself in better position. Marquez, I don't think Darius remembers that game. He forgets about that game. I'm just saying. And Greg, 100%. That's why I want people to stop crying, talking about we lost to Vandy. Vandy is an actual good team. and they gave Texas a great game. Vandy is a very good team. I'm telling y'all. You get what I'm saying, Brett? And so we gave the coaching staff a B. Let's go to the offensive line. Let's go to the offensive line. Let's go to the offensive side. Let's go to the O-line. If you had to give the offensive line a grade today, I'm gonna put it in chat. O-line grade for the Missouri game. Alabama O-line versus Mizzou. A, B, C, C, D. Let's go. I put a D on there this time. I don't think nobody played horrible this weekend. All right, so here go my take on the O-line. 2 big sacks, right? 2 big sacks. Just mishaps. You know, they happen. You got two. You got some defensive linemen in on that Missouri side of the ball. And people keep talking about the injuries, but Missouri's defense wasn't beat up. Missouri's defense wasn't as beat up as everybody trying. Missouri has been rotating a lot of players the whole season on the defensive side. So we didn't face a young defense or inexperienced defense. So for everybody talking about it was against a beat up Missouri team. Well, the fact that they were beat up and we went out and pitched the shutout, their offense was hurt. So we were supposed to pitch a shutout against their offense. But then you also look at the fact, not only did we pitch the shutout against their offense, but our offense was able to go out there 5 out of 8 possessions and put points on the board. Time of possession. We only lost the time of possession battle by less than a minute, I believe, or a little bit over a minute. So what are we complaining about as a fan base? All my Fairweather fans, I would love to understand what you all complain about. And shout out to the 34 likes on the stream. We got 76 in the chat on YouTube. Make sure y'all run the likes up. Go ahead and take a moment right now and like the stream. We got 2 minutes before we transition to the phone call segment. And we're doing our grades, man. So for the offensive line, let's see. Wait, I'm on the wrong timeline. I'm looking at a whole nother timeline. Let me put the schedule back up there so I can stay on track. So I can stay on track. Offensive line, talk to me. What's your thoughts on the offensive line? Give me some comments in the chat. I give the whole offense a solid B. I think they got more in the tank. Me too. I won't say a solid B. A solid B is about where I'm at too. A solid B. O-line has to improve their physicality. I don't know how much more physical they can be without the refs calling them giving them holding calls. I think our offensive line is physical enough. It's the small things. It's the big play moments where we had those slip ups. And it's just the penalties. For me, it's the penalties. And some of those, I could blame them offensive line, but at the same time, these guys, you got big guys playing football trying to be physical. So, I mean, there's holding on every play. There's grabbing on every play. D lineman. So I think our O-line is physical enough, Greg. I don't see why there's a need for more physicality. And Robert Mahan, you touched right on the point I was thinking about, man. It's just the penalties. It's the unnecessary penalties. It's the unnecessary penalties. Offense scored off 2 takeaways from the defense. And what did we complain about last year? We had an opportunity. Last week we had an opportunity against Tennessee to turn 3 turnovers into 21 points. 21 points. Really, they gave us a turnover on downs too. So we really had a chance to put 28 on the board, or at minimum 12. This week we turned 2 takeaways into 14. Right. Go out on the first drive, we get points. We get 3 on the first drive. This was a total different team. So offensive line looks like everybody. We got 37 votes on that. Offensive line gets a B from the AAA community. Going to get a B from the AAA community. All right, let's combine this group right here. Let's combine the tight ends and wide receivers, because in this game, I think both tight ends and wide receivers were both just as effective in both run and pass game. They were used equally, right? I think the play calling was a lot better as far as balance this game. But as far as effectiveness in the run game, I think the tight end and the wide receiver room, they affected the run game more this week because they're intentional in them being intentional in blocking. And you saw it on the big run play from Justice Haynes. You saw where it was only maybe 2 or 3 guys that could have had a decent angle to make a play on them, and they were on the wrong side of the play. They were playing catch up. They were tracking. But as far as play side action, you had solid block. I mean, you had solid block action from your tight end on that play. You had Ryan Williams downfield blocking. You had Jaden Roberts downfield. Wilkin Formby. A lot of people not going to talk about how good he played when he got in the game for Elijah Pritchett. See, some of y'all didn't even notice that he was out there with the first team. Some of y'all didn't even notice that they rotated Geno Vandermark in early in the third quarter, and that's when we saw the offensive line in the pass pro struggle, and in the middle of their drive, Jaden Roberts came in. So I mean, I don't know if Jaden had got hurt or something, but let's talk about the wide receivers and the tight ends. Mizzou. A, B, C. Poll is in the chat, y'all. And so let's break it down a little bit. Wide receivers. I think the wide receivers, a lot of drop passes. And not a lot. Let's say some key drops. Kobe Prentice off the fingertips. You can't really, like, that was the first deep shot of the game. That was like the gauging shot, because on the rest of the deep balls, I think Jalen Miro was a lot more confident. I'm still not convinced. That he's healthy. And shout out to Robert Mayhem, man, for the $5 direct donation for Cashapp, man. I gotta acknowledge my boy, man. And don't forget, man, if you want to become a co-sponsor on the stream, man, 5 gifted memberships, Cashapp, PayPal, Venmo, and all green super chats will be recognized as a stream co-sponsor. And shout out to Robert Mayhem for becoming the first co-sponsor on today's stream, man. Appreciate you, Robert. Joining the gang. Sent the $5 super chat. Roll Tide, my guy. But wide receivers did a good job as far as depth perception and reading the coverages today. Yesterday. Saturday. I'm sorry. Saturday. You saw, like I said earlier, I kind of touched on it briefly, but Ryan Williams, you showed on 2 key plays where one was just a clear drop and the other one was a miss where he turned and that's what we were talking about, execution, guys. When you have a high-powered offense, every small detail matters. I mean, even if it's not a pass play, the edge blocking and downfield blocking by your wide receivers and tight ends and your linemen getting downfield matters, because that's what creates explosive plays. When you have to pay attention to everything at every level, that's when you have a chance to be an explosive offense, a dangerous offense. So, I look at the wide receiver play. Let me pull the box score up. Got to reference the numbers. So you got 16 total receptions by our team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different receivers. So distribution getting right back up there to where we want it to be. With the volume of passes, the pass attempts that were made. You're talking about a quarterback 60% completion rate again. QBR above 70 again. Well, his average QBR has been like an 80, 84 this season. His worst was against South Carolina. Against South Carolina was his worst QBR. So, Tennessee, I'm sorry. Against Tennessee was his worst QBR. So, but you look at the wide receiver room again, Robbie Oots, CJ Dupree getting in the mix with their receptions. CJ Dupree still his average yards per catch is still over 10 yards per catch. So I'm telling y'all, this guy, for everybody that's saying that he needs to get involved more, I don't know how much more you want him to get involved when every time he touches the ball, it's a first down. It's a big play. I think I really wish we would have had more opportunities for Josh Quavers and all these other guys, but I love how we use this game to really manage all the aspects of the game offensively. We really managed the game very well. Jalen Miro was a game manager this weekend. You see he didn't throw a touchdown pass, but no interceptions either. His average yards, not just deep ball, his average yards per completion was 8.3. That's intermediate game, man. That means he's on average, he was throwing anywhere between 8 to 14, 8 to 15 yards per pass. A lot of safe coverage with Missouri. You didn't see them running a lot of zero, right? Something that we thrive against. Something that we thrive against whenever we see man coverage. We thrive against that. My guy Jay Jackson says when Alabama was hurt in the Natty game and said that Georgia fans said we was using facts 100%. We need to run the ball to impose the physicality. And Nick Sheridan, I think Nick Sheridan understands that. Anytime you have 37 rush attempts in a game, and I'm gonna say the last 6 was probably garbage. So 31, that's more than what we saw average wise coming into the game. Still didn't get a lot of carries from Justice and Jam. Didn't get a heavy volume, but you got more of a balance between him, Jalen Miro, and Jam Miller, right? And we saw Richard Young come in. He was healthy, gave that explosive run. I believe that run right there is going to get us back into that 3-man rotation in the running back room that we expected coming into this. And 100%, Steven, penalties is the only thing that's really beating this team right now. That's really hurting us. Kristen, what's up, baby girl? What's up? Megan says they need to figure out their communication for LSU. It's going to be crazy loud. We're going to talk about LSU next week. I'm not even going to touch LSU this week. I got so much that I want to expose to y'all for LSU. And if I could see it, I hope our coaching staff can see it because LSU is not good on defense. And Nussmeier, we got to dial up the pressure. Y'all ain't going to let y'all get me caught up in talking to that. We can really do some things against LSU defensively. What up? But you always come in with these lame little takes, bro. These lame little roasts. Hey, you know what the best roast is, though? When you come up in my chat talking crazy, here go the best roast right here. I'm going to show you. Bad boy. Try again. Let's see. You started this year, Nicole. What, the bad penalties? Yes, we were better this week. I was proud of the defense for continuing to play good defense and not playing down to the opponent. That has happened in the last 3 years with Saban. 100%, Zach. A lot of people won't say that and admitted that last year against LSU, that defense gave our offense problems early in the game. If it wasn't for Miro really relying on his legs and getting those 4 touchdowns with his legs, our wide receivers didn't play up the part playing against, I think they had 3 freshmen in the secondary. Our wide receivers didn't play. And then JT Daniels lit our secondary up. Lit our secondary up. So we got wide receiver grades coming in. We got B. And I think the B is because there was a lot of bad drops. There was a lot of bad drops in this game. We got 47 likes on the stream. We got 70 total in the chat, man. Y'all run them likes up. Get it up to 50. We want to try to get to 50 likes on the stream, man. Y'all, we shooting for 75, but let's go for 50. Let's hit that 50 mark goal first. Shooting for 50 likes on the stream. Good block by McVay to free Richard Young. Not just McVay. Did you see Rock Montgomery? Did you see both the guards on both sides of that play? That was a huge play for our second string offensive line to come in and make that big block. So we got our wide receiver grades. Look like we're giving them a B, a solid B. All right, and last but not least, quarterback, running back room. Let's separate them. Let's do the running backs because we got about 10 minutes before we get into our first calling segment, and we're going to talk about offensive grades, and then whoever I'm on the phone with, we'll jump on the defensive side, and I'll pick a defensive side because I think the defense as a whole gets an A+ for me. They went out there and did exactly what they were supposed to do against a hurt offense, and it's not that it wasn't that they just totally played a great game. You playing against a hurt offense in Missouri. They were missing so many players, key players. I mean, they weren't missing a lot of their skill players, just the guys. You don't have a quarterback to get it to them. You don't have your starting running back, who really wasn't, to me, hasn't been that big of a factor this whole season. So for everybody saying they was missing their running back, like Noel hasn't been he hasn't been as effective as their running back from last season. I'll tell you that much. So it wasn't like he was a huge part of their success even this year. They haven't been a great team. Do we use helmet communications? Yes. Angel, That's why the Tennessee game, you seen our offense struggle, and we had to use two early first half timeouts, two early ones. I asked about 2 bye weeks, Smook. That is what he said started this year. I asked about 2 bye weeks. That is what he said started this year. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. You know, we've always, I don't think we paid attention, y'all. We've always had 2 bye weeks. Any year that we don't play week 0, that's considered a bye week. Y'all remember week 0 got started probably 2014, 2012. We've always had 2 bye weeks, everybody. We've always had a bye week before Texas. Before LSU. When Saban was here, y'all know we always had our bye week before LSU, but we always had that early season bye week too. I just want y'all to, because I was thinking that too earlier this year. I was like, man, I ain't never seen us with 2 bye weeks. But we got the running back poll up here in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get the running back poll. Running back grades versus Mizzou. Now, A, B, C. All right, I'm gonna give our running back group an A. I saw better pass protection this game. There was one play where our running back got, I think it was Justice Haynes got put on his tail. But that, man, come on, bro. That's a big 240, 250 linebacker. He stood in there, took the contact. He just got put on his tail, but that's not bad. Like, he's not supposed to be able to, really protect. He's supposed to create a lane for you. And I think he took enough contact to create a lane for Milroe on that play for him to create a better lane for Milroe. And it ended up being a throwaway, I believe, on that play. But a lot more intention on being better in pass blocking for our running backs. So I get a backs A this game, not only just because of their carries, because I think they've been doing that with their carries as far as their averages. And shout out to the 50 likes on the stream, y'all. Appreciate the 50 likes on the stream. We just got the 50. Thank y'all. Still got 76 people watching the stream. We can get them likes up. Got 80 watching the stream on YouTube. We got 52 watching on Twitter. Y'all keep running the likes up, man. And if you on Twitter, check in on the YouTube side. I seen somebody show copying me the other last night talking about anyways. Well, yeah. Pop in on the YouTube side and get active on this chat over here. And running backs did their job. And when Justice ran with some intention, y'all see what I meant. It was a troll. I guess he a troll on Twitter, saying I was saying that Justice Haynes. Anybody that watches this show, have I ever said that Justice Haynes was trash or that he was sorry? Has Coach Smook ever? Because y'all remember, I got beat up for saying I think Justice Haynes should be RB on 1A and Miller should be 1B. I remember I had that take. I'm on the other side now. 1A is Miller. He's really shown his maturity in the game. It's not that he's better. He's just shown his maturity. He showed how that experience has paid off for him. And now you're starting to see Justice Haynes starting to turn it over a little bit. The more touches he's getting, I told y'all reps matter. Game reps matter. Not just taking snaps, but actually doing your job in the game. Justice Haynes, I think he just hit 100 carries this game. Let me pull his stats up. I'm about to pull Justice Haynes' stats up. How many total carries my youngin got? He ain't even got 100 carries on the season, y'all. He's only got 55 carries on the season. And we expect him to be this great running back with 55 carries. Everybody that's going crazy right now has 100 plus carries. Has to. Let me pull up my boy Jan Miller. Let me see how many carries. 74. So you see, and the production, both of them averaging over 6 yards per carry. Both of them averaging 6 yards per carry. Let me pull up Richard Young. 7.3 yards per carry, and he's only got 12 carries this season. So I think the running game is great. And like Coach Kalen DeBoer say, everybody always asking, and appreciate, hey, Compton, appreciate the like and the subscription, bro. Everybody always saying we don't lean on the run game enough. Well, Coach Kalen DeBoer made it plain and simple, and I said this too. If you don't execute first down effectively, it's hard to continue to stick with the run game. If I go on first down and I got a running back that instead of just hitting the hole like Justice was doing early in the season, hesitating and trying to wait for a hold over up, and instead of being assertive and pushing a pile, getting behind your pads and really driving your legs, helping your offensive line, right? By just attacking a gap, a hole, right?
if we don't see that, then we'll see the offense get behind the sticks, and now you have to come out and go in the second and passing. Right, and then if that's an incomplete pass, now you're in third and long, and you might convert, but now when you go to first down again, you're repeating the same process. We had to find a way to get into the right rhythm, and I think Coach Sheridan has a better direction on how to do that after this game. I really do. Oh, you telling the chat too? Okay, appreciate that, Compton. They both actually equal most of that time, man. I really don't. I don't see a drop off with either when Justice is running intentional. If Justice mimics the running style of Jam, we got two of the same backs, speed and everything. Jam is a little bit faster though. I will say that. So we got 29 votes on the chat on the poll. Look like we giving them an A. Shout out to the 51 likes on the stream on YouTube, man. Let's get the likes up. And last but not least, quarterback grades. And I'm gonna put the rest of the polls in for the defense as we get into the phone lines in here in about 3 minutes. QB grades versus Missouri. A, B, C, D. All right, so check this out. QB grade versus Missouri. I'm gonna be very critical of Jalen. This is the first game since week 2 against USF where things were not open downfield and he didn't force it. Not once. The pass to Ryan Williams, it was basically a throwaway. It was kind of like all or nothing, third down, and we're in scoring position. High and outside, incomplete pass. I like that pass. You haven't been going crazy targeting them all game. You need a completion. You got him one-on-one. Safety not in position to make a play on it. High and outside, give him an opportunity. If he don't, that's fine. We live to kick the field goal. We go out and we come away with the points, right? What I don't appreciate from Jalen still at this point of the game is his pocket presence. It's not awareness, presence. Awareness and presence is different. I'm in the pocket. I got to be able to feel the pocket closing on me. His awareness is there because when his presence is there, when his pocket presence is high, he moves and he's aware of how to navigate the pocket, right? That's pocket awareness. How to navigate the pocket. When you step up, where am I climbing up to? Am I climbing into a trap, or am I climbing and getting away from a trap? And so his pocket awareness was a lot better this game. You've seen him climb the pocket a few times, extend the play left and right, flat, and still slightly pressing the line of scrimmage and creating opportunities downfield for his receivers. Also, an improvement that I saw this week from last week, something that I saw early in the season, the quick game mechanics, the quick pass game mechanics. I still don't see him, stepping all the way into his throws. I still don't see him driving through those throws. But the footwork was better this game than it was last game. And he had some plays where there was pressure coming, free pressure, and he delivered a few passes. But I think play calling also helped Jalen Milroe. I don't think Jalen Milroe needs to be throwing 30-plus passes a game. If anytime we can keep him under 30 passes a game, I think we put ourselves in great position. Now, does that do well for receivers who want 7 to 8 receptions apiece? No. But as if you want to win, which should be the main goal anyways, and you're going to get your stats because you have to have balance. You have to make opportunities. It was 26 passes thrown. I don't think the 10 that were incomplete, I don't think all 10 of them were on Jalen Milroe. So those wide receivers have to look at those numbers and say, okay, with these 26, 27 pass attempts that we're going to average, how do I maximize the opportunity? I think Jalen Milroe did a good job dissecting defense. There was no questionable passes this game. There were no questionable passes this game that were almost picked off or put in bad spots. I didn't see it. I went through, and I'm not being a Milroe fan because y'all seen how many plays I called out last game. Checking down to the swing route. I mean, there was some where the swing route was open, but the hitch is open right there at the 7-yard line, and he hit it this game. The first pass to Robbie Oots was a great sight to see. So I think his pocket awareness definitely, he's calmed down and let the game come to him this game. I was proud about that. Now,
people are going to look and say he didn't even have his pass touchdown. Well, he didn't have an interception either. So what do you? And we won by 34 points. We put 34 points up on offense. So what are we really complaining about? What are you complaining about? He had 200 passing yards, 215 to be exact, and he contributed to the run game with 4.5 yards rushing average, his highest rushing average this season. Second highest rushing average. Rushing touchdown. The running backs involved. Balance. I'm just saying. You got multiple 20-yard rushes by running backs, by the running back room or the run game. Kendrick Law with a 20-yarder, 21-yarder. Jalen Miro with a 32-yarder. Richard Young, 62. Justice Haynes, 35. Jam Miller was on the verge of breaking one if he would have just got them knees up. 14 yards. So let's jump into the QB grade. And then we're going to go into our first break. And then when we come back, we'll dive into our phone line, man. We'll dive into the phone line. Everybody's giving the QB a B. I can agree with that. I give Jalen Miro a solid A-, strong B+ for this last game. I can agree with the B. I can agree with the B grade. So that's our offensive side of the ball grades. Since the start of the year, yep, I do, Mario. I mean, just look at the numbers. Look at the disparity of the rush attempts. I mean, what else do we need to see, Mario? I want to hear from you. Get ready, call in. Up next, we got the first call-in segment, first thought call-in segment coming up next. Hold up. Let me make sure I got the right banner. First thoughts, final thoughts. Let's do final thoughts. Let's call it final thoughts. Final thoughts call-in segment. Alabama versus Missouri. Right after this infomercial break, man. And don't forget, man, if you're not a member of the AAA family, take a moment and try to become a member of the family. You want to know how to do it? Ask one of the moderators in the chat. They can get the link for you. But also, this is how you do it. This is an infomercial explaining how to do it. And then also shout out to our sponsors, man. And then right after that, we're going to dive into our phone call segment. Thank y'all for being here on the Coach Smook Network, the Coach Smook Morning Show. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Leandre Gotte Giusto.
weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, sir. Y'all ready to get into it, man? 334-625-1121. The phone line is now open here on the Coach Smook Morning Show. 334-625-1121. Say your name and put me in the game. Say your name and put me in the game. And we'll get you right here on the phone line here on the Coach Smook Morning Show. Your thoughts, final thoughts. Alabama versus Mizzou, man. Can't wait to hear your thoughts and your concerns, all of that. Your whole take on this past weekend's game. 34-0, man. This team showed up and showed out. Got our first call on the line. Let's see who it is.
Awesome.
This is Rashawn. Put me in the game, coach.
To accept.
Yo, Rashawn, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, bro.
What's up, man? Been a long weekend, but I'm ready to see how this is going to go for us.
Okay.
Even though I know you say you're not talking about LSU, I'm gonna stop right there. But let me get my thoughts on the game Saturday. I think we talked about last week. You said about the running game, and I said I think we're gonna run the ball more in this game, and I called it because I feel like when I looked at them tape Missouri, I seen times when I seen Auburn run the ball, I seen Vanderbilt run the ball on them. I'm like, okay, we can do the same thing. The offensive line get some push, we'll be fine. What they did, half the time it was on the offensive line. Sometimes it could be on Justin Haynes. Sometimes Justin Haynes need to hit the hole better. Because my brother even said he used to be a running back. Because he used to say, man, Justin need to hit the holes better. Because Jam know how to hit the hole, but Justin need to hit the hole. He's not timing it right. But sometimes it can't be on the offensive line.
Right.
It's the timing. But I like how all three running backs played. I know it was a late for Young for the last play, but it's still good. I hope we get the rotation next week. When I was starting doing the LSU game, I'm putting all my marbles on the LSU game, putting everybody out there. But let me stop right there. Let me talk about the defense. I'm gonna go back a little bit on the Tennessee game, but I'm gonna start with the Missouri. I went back and checked the numbers for like the last 3 years. Everybody complained about how our defense is this year. I went back and checked some numbers. We actually played way better with Kane Womack than we played with under Dick Saban and his two defensive coordinators he had. Let me remind you, because I checked it. We actually had more turnovers the last 2 years.
Rayshawn, don't tell the truth to these fair weather fans that have been complaining about Kane Womack. Don't you pull out facts and numbers and stats that will say that Coach Kane Womack is statistically leading a better defense than the great coach of the great Coach Saban. Don't you better not tell the truth. And Rayshawn, don't you compare stats from last year and look at how we have statistically become a better defense as far as our total QB pressures, our total sacks at this point in the season, and the total turnovers committed. Maybe we've given up more 100+ yard rushing games because we've seen a higher volume of rush attempts against this defense. But statistically, Rayshawn, don't you tell people the truth that Alabama's defense is 30, 40 times spots better at this point in the season than they were last year. Don't you tell that truth, okay? You can't do that because people get mad.
It's 10 times, man. It's 10 times better than last year. I don't care what people say. I don't care. Cause man, I've been watching this team. Even though I saw it with shooter days. I was real young shooter days.
Yeah.
Cause I can't tell you fully on shooter days for real, but I can give you the Nick Saban era because I was like Aaron Mitchell school, middle school, and high school, and college. I can tell you now because I've been like over 17 years. So I mean, he been there for 17 years, but I've seen what he can do since he was there for 17 years. I can tell you, even though we had a young secondary, but we have two experienced secondary with Tennessee both years. Let's be real. We had two experienced secondary in 2022 and 2023. More experience. And every time they lived off the deep ball. That's what Tennessee was doing, live out the deep ball.
Do you not understand that at this point last year, Alabama 7 games in, 7 games in. I haven't checked the updated stats, but 7 games into the season, Alabama led the SEC with defensive pass interference calls downfield.
We said we leading it.
We were number 1 as far as penalties against our secondary pass interference. We was number 1 in the SEC at 7 games going in the season. We talked about last year. Now this year we're only averaging 2.5 defensive pass interference calls in the game. So three pass interference calls in this ticky-tack game. If we only getting 3 in how physical our DB's been playing and vision, man, come on, bro. This is a different scheme, and we got to give Kane Womack his flowers because it's only going to get better the more players get reps in this thing, and the more he gets players that he's recruiting for this system. Watch how crazy it get.
You know, people look at me crazy when I said, "Hey, it's some young guys who probably get his system." I said, "No offense to the older guys in the system, been there, they might not get it." That's why we kind of been having a rocky start for the defense, but we started seeing everybody connecting. The young guys and old guys is connecting now. And but here's the thing: you talk about secondary. A lot of people want to hear this. I've been questioning our secondary since 2018. I'm like, yes. Since Mika and them left, like we look. Let's see, that's the problem. We look at the days they love to say, "Oh, Mika Fitzpatrick and them was good." They gave us some big plays too. You remember when we played Arkansas? It was 24-30. I don't know how because I know we blew them out, but that's when 10 wins had that big sack in the game and all that kind of stuff. But we go back to even with Mika Fitzpatrick, we gave us a lot of yards with them. Even though the numbers could be different, but we gave some big plays. It's been times with Nick Saban. I question what are we doing in the secondary. Every piece. You
good? Go ahead, boy.
I don't know how YouTube work. I don't know how you
go ahead, boy.
My passion sometimes.
You good?
It used to be the P word. I'm gonna use P word right now. Keep PG right now. It aggravated me because there's been times like we got the good sack or something like that. We get with something like that. Somehow the quarterback get out, throw the ball, boom, touchdown. I said, what the heck? Like. And then this year, I feel like we actually played better. Even though we got a young secondary group, it's been the first time we actually seen players actually turn around. You know how many?
So you saying something that I was going to highlight? Malachi Moore's discipline to be in faith, to have gotten slightly beat. He had a step on, but to just get in the quarterback's hip and know to just. At the last moment, you see them hands go up. You follow his hands up. Your eyes follow his hands. That's what the coaches are teaching now. Your eyes when you're downfield coverage, you're in phase, you're in his hip. Do not use your hands. Use your eyes. Use your eyes. Let your eyes lead your hand. So there's a Coach Daniels, Darren Daniels, Daniels back home. He talks when I got to sit in on one of his sessions with some younger DBs, and I think Red Morgan was in this class too, probably like 7-8 years ago. Was in this training group. But a lot of these DBs, man, they're being taught because you can't be as physical like everybody. Y'all remember how crazy physical Darrelle Revis and Charles Woodson and like some of the Cromartie, all of those DBs that were like, they got hyped because of the interceptions, but you see them in the early phases of routes, them guys were shifty and their hands were violent. You can't do that in college football now, so your footwork got to be on point. I think we got some of the best footwork corners and secondary guys in the league right now in the SEC, but we weren't having a lot of guys get put in position up under Saban because of how much extensive knowledge you had to have and how extensive the defense was, how many options. Now you see guys being able to fly around and Malachi Moore playing simples, one high safety, middle of the field. Now that he's not trying to do extra, you see how crazy good that boy can be at free safety. And it ain't just this game. It's been other games where he's been disciplined and played safety like it's supposed to be played, and he looks like a next level free safety. So
let me ask you the last 2 years we had, or last 2 years we had in the safety position. When the last time we looked good in the safety position to you?
The
I
last
could be wrong.
the last safety that I believe we had that was actually like solid. And it depends on what type. I mean, if you're talking about just our free safety, our one high safety, I can't think of one. But you talk about somebody that played the position, Brian Branch
Yeah,
was I mean, he was the last one to come through. Because Malachi came in with him, So
yeah.
I mean, though they were really the last two that, to me, if Branch was still here, those two at the top of the defense, Sapp's not with us. We don't have Sapp because Brian Branch. I mean, Keon Sapp ain't nothing but a less physical Brian Branch, or more technically sound, a better a better covering version of Brian Branch.
I'm about to say that because here's the thing. One thing a lot of people gonna look me crazy when I'm gonna say this. Malachi needed somebody. No offense to Sapp. I know you can probably correct me. I know you probably don't. But I felt like I forgot his name that quick. Number 18, that's fast. I forgot his name.
Ray Hubbard.
Ray Hubbard. I felt like even going towards he played in the Tennessee game. Yeah, he played the Tennessee game.
He ended up coming
I seen sometimes he actually come down hitting. We get into late towards the season. I hate to say this. I feel like Savs was getting the interceptions, but I think we need that hitting like we had Brian Branch. Because I feel like Malachi can get them interceptions. I know he can get the interceptions too. I feel like Malachi can get them interceptions, but he needs somebody can be boom, pound. We need some hitting just a little bit.
Right.
I feel
but you know what? I think we don't give Sapp credit enough for being the type of physical, because he's not used to this position coming up and helping in the box. So for what he has done, Keon Sapp is one of the better tacklers in the secondary. I don't know if you noticed that. One-on-one open field, he don't miss many tackles. Not somebody that do. Red Morgan, he's missed open field tackles. Yep. I've seen Malachi Moore get beat. I've seen Deshaun Jones be back there. I've seen Xavier Brown be back there and miss open field tackles. But Mbakwe, Keon Sapp, Damani Jackson, Malachi Moore, when those four, Devontae Smith, King Mack, he got beat on the play last week to give up that last score, but he hits too. So we're starting to see these lineups get mixed in a lot more, especially due to injuries and stuff. But you're starting to see a lot more efficient tackling from our secondary. But I honestly believe the system is affecting these guys in the positive. Talk about our defensive line, man. That's kind of like my highlight. I want to talk about how effective the D line was this game. And we saw some guys, we saw some injuries. I don't know if y'all noticed, we didn't have near deep rotation as we have been seeing up until this point. You think about it, Jaheim Otis has left the program or is not going to be there. You got guys like Tim Smith was battling an injury. You saw was it Hunter Osborne? I think 33. Hunter Osborne went down with an injury. He's been an intricate part of that defense. But you saw guys like James Smith, Damon Payne step up. You saw Jordan Renard continue to just flash. Jordan Renard is starting to remind me of healthy Justin Boygby, number 90 on our D-line. Even 92, I think that's Jeremiah Beeman has been coming out and showing us flashes. So what is your thoughts on the defensive lines affecting this past game?
If I can start with the South Carolina game, I'm going to go with them. I think we did some good plays when we getting towards the quarterback. We had two, like the South Carolina game, we had two running quarterbacks, and they did good against that. If we didn't have no penalties, I think the penalties hurting us a little bit. If we get clean of them penalties, our defense can be, I think the numbers, they can be way higher than that. I think they could be like top 25 if they clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
And the defensive line is getting pressure because every time you look around, the quarterback is run out of pocket. They don't know because even the last game, even this game too. Like I know people want to say, "Well, Cook was injured." Man, if you out there playing already, yeah, my bad. I was looking at something. My bad. I had a text message. My bad. That's fine. When you go to the last game, I know people say, well, Cook was injured. Man, Tua was injured, played in an LSU game with an ankle injury. It was knee injury, ankle injury, one or two. But at the same time, Ricky got in the game because he got that finger. He had his finger twice. and twice. But I think defensive line played excellent in this game. They gave us some pressures. It gave us time for the second to get some interceptions, especially the Tennessee game. The reason why we stayed in that game because the defensive line helped us out. It went for the defensive line, and for us, I don't know. I don't know. I think Tennessee could have did a lot of stuff in that game. It went for the defensive line. So we got to give them more credit what it is.
Hot point for this game. Hot point for this game with the defense. We only had 4 missed tackles this game. 4 missed tackles. That is the biggest improvement. I want everybody to understand this. Against West Kentucky, 6 missed tackles, 0 points given up. Against USF, 11 missed tackles. 11 missed tackles. I think we gave up 16 that game. I got my notepad over here. You had 6, 11, 14 the next week against who that was week 3. 14 missed tackles. And then you had 11 against Georgia. And then South Carolina was one of our bad. Vanderbilt was our worst tackling game. You had 11 missed tackles on the first drive against. You had 8 missed tackles on the first drive against Vanderbilt. 11 in the first quarter, and you ended that game with a total of 19 missed tackles. Since then, we've only had double-digit missed tackles once, and that was the South Carolina game. We had 11 missed tackles, and we actually won that game. So the tackling has gotten better, and you've seen we haven't given up a crazy amount of points once we're tackling better.
The crazy about it, the last crazy points we gave up. This is making funny. We got to give Vanderbilt more credit. 42, even though one of the things caused us a interception, it went on Jalen. It was on Jalen fault. It bounced up. Vanderbilt is the only team who gave us 42 points. I know people say, well, Georgia gave us 30 something. But true that. For them to actually put 40 points on us with the amount of running plays they did, that's crazy. Over Josh offense in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
We got to give this defense more credit to a Josh Tennessee offense who really want to run the ball and throw the ball.
Do you understand that Josh Heupel's offense put up 50 points on Coach Saban?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's why I was
like people keep forgetting. People keep forgetting that. Like people keep forgetting that. Rayshawn, last thought, man. Before we open the phone line back up, man. Linebacker play. You know that's something that I've been very critical of, especially with Deontay Lawson. We saw Justin Jefferson get a lot more reps. You got a lot of background noise, man. We saw Justin Jefferson get a whole lot more reps, and you saw his effectiveness. Jahad Campbell played a lot more free playing next to Justin Jefferson. Deontay Lawson still played a subpar to me. I even like when Justin O got in the game, number 41. If y'all didn't see 41 in the game, if y'all didn't see what happened when 41 goes in the game, y'all are not watching the game. See, this is the part of the game. This is part of the football because we had the game in hand. I guarantee you a lot of fans weren't paying attention to the last, 6 drives of the game. Justin O played some real meaningful relief snaps when Justin Jefferson wasn't in the game. And no, he didn't make big plays, but he took away plays. Especially with his run fits. I love Justin O's tracking ability, and he's probably the second fastest linebacker in our inside linebacker room right now behind Justin Jefferson. And I would love to see him get more reps, but I would love to see him in comfortable situations where he can fly around and make a play because he get his hands on the ball. Not many guys on the offense going to be able to catch up to him in the open field.
Being honest with you, the person who really hurting us in that linebacker core, and a lot of people don't want to say this, it's not Campbell. I know a lot of people say Campbell got it when he got trying to run with the running back trying to hit. I know that's his problem, but the problem is Lawson.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Lawson is making our linebacker pay is not good to us. I feel like you bring in Jefferson and them. The other guy, like you said, the other guy you just brought up, I feel like we actually hit. I hate to say this. I don't want the guy to have limited reps. I know he's trying to get to the NFL. But if you're not really putting the passion into this team or something like that, let them other guys play. Let them get some more reps. Because they look like they want to get it in the NFL.
Man, yeah, Justin O, Sterling Dixon, those boys want to hit. I hate that Casey Jones is injured because
he's one of the ones that I saw as like a dark horse. I thought with his reps, he would flash, kind of like Bray Hubbard did last year. When Bray Hubbard would get reps last year, he would flash, man. So I knew I had the utmost confidence of him coming in and doing what he do. And honestly, going forward, I like Bray Hubbard in that scheme better than I like Red right now. There's no reason for Red to be forced back onto the field. He's nursing an injury. I think he needs to use this time to get fully healthy, but also let's get my boy Red because his IQ is there. He just don't have the speed. He don't have the speed right now for the college level. His reaction time ain't there for the college level. Get healthy, get 100%. Take the pressure off of you your first year because next year I think Red is going to be a huge part. Him and Bray Hubbard, that they're going to be a huge part of that safety room, man. Malachi's going, Keon's going, Devontae Smith is playing good. Talking about, I saw a report on Smitty today. Third round draft grade, third round safety. Devontae Smith, like that's crazy to not have as many snaps and not have as much. But you look at the small things during the play. Smitty is your next level safety. How he plays in the box, how he plays underneath, how he does in run support, his physicality on attacking the screens, the wide receiver screens, his secure tackling in the open field, his downfield coverage. You see his speed now that he's healthy. Devontae Smith has been a great part. But like you said, Deontay Lawson, man, definitely a sore spot to watch. When you watch it, there was a play, and I'm gonna let you go after this. There was a play. He's in the right spot, and he makes contact. He doesn't tackle the running back. He lays his shoulder into him, like he's tackling, but he falls and he's wrapping up whatever he hit the running back, but he bounced off running back and bumps into the offensive lineman that's pushing the running back. Deontay Lawson is on the ground, grabbing the offensive lineman's legs, wrapping the offensive lineman legs up instead of the running back, y'all. And then gets up and he gets up and looks at the offensive lineman, start laughing. Oh, my bad. No, bro. Why are you grabbing the offense? Like, I understand chaos happens in the pod, but bro, see what you hit, and that's what our coach used to teach. That was the first thing. See what you hit. Hit what you see.
Here's my thing. If you pay attention, remember I told you earlier, I said, there's some players that don't fit K1 my system, and some players that actually do. Campbell at least trying to fit his system. Campbell, like, yes, he may give up something, a tackle on something, but at least Campbell's gonna give you at least somewhere 100% on something. Law is not doing that. And that's the problem. And then we say, you talking about, like I said, I feel like we still a year away to really see this defense to say, man, it can be an explosive defense.
Right.
Everybody's too patient. We gotta win now. That's the problem. We started seeing now what we're looking for K1 man. Because everybody was saying, we need to find K1. Now he's in there. And like somebody like me, how passionate I am about Alabama football, I should be losing my mind this year. But I'm not. The crazy about I'm probably more patient this year than I was with Nick Saban year. That's
right.
weird.
No, you want to know why? You want to know why? Because this is week this is game. What are we going into? Game 9. We're going into game 9 of year 1 for a head coach who's winning record 100 came into the season 104-12. And he's going into week 9 6-2 with Alabama in the SEC.
We're in a better position because a lot of people talking about we want to 5K Kenny LeBoy. I asked this question: what are coaches won national championships yet? None of them. I said you see with Steve over there having a hard time with Texas. If you have a call-in show, I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. If you have a call-in show tomorrow, I'm gonna talk about that. I ain't about to go too deep about the coaches. I want to talk about that. If you have a call-in show tomorrow, I want to talk about Vanderbilt and the rest of the schedules. For Alabama can reach the playoffs. We have time tomorrow.
We're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. But I appreciate you calling in, Ray Sean.
Yeah, but man, you have a good day, man. I'm gonna go ahead and try to draw my day today. But I'm gonna keep listening on.
100%, man. Roll Tide, my boy.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, chat. 100%. Appreciate Ray Sean for calling in. I only let him stay on the line that long because I ain't see no other phone calls come in. So if y'all ain't calling in, we gonna give them the full 20 minutes.
and let them talk. So if y'all got something to say, call in. That's gonna prompt me to open the phone lines up and get more people on the line. That's all I'm saying. Phone line is open 334-625-1121. 334-625-1121. We in the bye week, y'all. We in the bye week, so we ain't in no rush. Show's going to be ending at 11 though, so we got about 30 minutes left on the show. 256. I know who this is. Let's get him in the game.
From
Greg, put me in the game, coach.
What's up, Greg? You in the game? Talk to me, bro.
What's up, my brother?
How you feeling this morning, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Battling a little head cold, but I'm good.
Okay. Get you some.
I feel a lot better than these fair weather idiots out there, but I'm feeling good, bro. I'm ready to roll. I haven't been on here in a while. Missed you. I got to watch the show as much as with work and my schedule, but I'm going to hop in. You didn't have to ask twice about getting another caller on. I'm ready to jump on and get my content.
You get your fix for today, man. Get your fix for today.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man.
Sir.
Give me your thoughts on this Alabama-Missouri game. We're giving our final thoughts on it and kind of just having conversation. What's happened up until this point in the season, man. I'm just looking at it from a overall standpoint, man. To have the regression we had. What was that?
I'll take this W. I'm taking this W, man.
I mean, why not? Like, Greg, before you continue, Greg, I want you. Why does this win? Why is everybody saying they taking this win? This is the game. If I'm looking at it from a coach's standpoint, we knew we had the advantage. If we had went in and gave up 14 points, if this was a 38-14 game, I could understand some of the complaints. But this is a shutout. And we scored 34 points with our offense. The defense didn't score 34 points. We didn't need a pick six. We didn't need none of it. The defense went out and scored 34 points with 8 possessions under their belt. They were able to go out and convert 6 of those possessions into points. Why is everybody trying to act like this wasn't a good game, regardless of the team you play? Because we didn't do this we did this to Western Kentucky. We shut out Western Kentucky. They're not in the SEC. So we just made an SEC team look like Western Kentucky, and people are still complaining. I don't get it.
Here's the other thing: Missouri hasn't been shut out in 5 years. They've played a lot of people. Okay,
and they've had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of worse teams.
Exactly. I get it. They've had injuries, but Cook. I posted earlier. It wasn't like he was setting the woods on fire, so it doesn't really matter who the quarterback was. They had a great wide receiver. We shut him down. I was shocked because I thought I could just see the whole week coming up. Like, oh my God, he's probably gonna get these these reverses and long passes. And, he was not even in the freaking game. Nobody even knew he was there, honestly. And, I thought our defense played well. Here's the thing about the defense people got to remember. It is a new scheme. You can't just learn it in spring training with 15 practices. You don't get to do a whole lot in the summer. You only have a few in the fall. Let's just be real. Our defense has played great in segments, like a quarter or two back to back. And then, they regress a little bit, but, they're just good. They're not great yet. When you're good, you play great sometimes, and then sometimes you don't. But I
disagree.
We don't have a lot of
I disagree. I think this defense has played great given what they've been able to work with. This defense defense in 8 games. In 8 games this season has seen 5 different offensive styles. 5 different offensive styles.
I think he gets too conservative with what he can do.
When you're missing tackles, tackles, you can't send blitzes, Greg. I keep telling people that. When your team is missing tackles,
when we don't miss tackles, we're great. But I sometimes I just get, when we're playing a lot of zone, we just get picked apart. Like, we just can't, what I'm saying? It's like playing defensive basketball. We just can't get in there and knock the ball away. You know what I'm saying? We're always like a step too slow, a step too late. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really have a problem with the defense. They're getting better. All we got to do, I think, to win the rest of our games is get better against the run on defense and run the ball more on offense. And I'm not talking Jalen Milroe, because I don't care what anybody says. My man is hurt. You watch his throwing motion. If you go back and watch, it looks a little awkward. It's just a little off, because I've watched him throw so much, and it's just weird that his accuracy just went kind of out the window the last 2 or 3 games, or not as good as it was, because he's hurt. Because I remember in South Carolina, he got popped one time, and you could tell he was hurt. And I don't know if it was his shoulder or where it was. He hasn't been the same since. He hasn't. So I really don't like him running. I get it inside the the red zone. But I wish we would do something different. I think you mentioned earlier, why don't we run a reverse off of that when he's running? Because everybody knows what we're going to do. The same formation. I'm sitting here against Tennessee, like, here we go, we're fixing to run it. He gets a 5-yard loss. Like, why don't we throw off of it every once in a while? Fake like he's going to run it.
Greg, that play against Tennessee when he loses 5 yards, that's on Milrow. That's a perfect play call. I broke that play down to the T. If Milrow runs that play like it's supposed to be ran, and this is what I've been saying. A lot of people try to attack Nick Sheridan. If I'm Nick Sheridan, and when I go back and I rewatch film, I'm like, okay, I ain't got nothing to say to this gentleman. I ain't got nothing to say, especially for big plays where it looks like, dang, why we do that? Even on the pitch play on third and 7 this game. That's the only play call that I find was like the whole game.
I totally disagreed with that play call too.
That's the only one though. If you think about
what you're saying, I get what you're saying on the execution. I'm just saying, have a little more imagination on that. You know what I'm saying? Where it makes it
for what, Greg?
easier.
For what? Why do I want to make it hard? That's what we fought Saban for with the defense. Why are we going to make it harder for these guys when all we need to do is when Tyler Booker and Robbie Oots is out in front of them. All he got to do is play off of their hip to doggone get positive yardage. That's all he got to do on that play. It worked. It was blocked up perfectly this game, and he only got 6 yards off of it on that play. But make them respect it. How they going to play it? We got to call it. We know that's our go-to. When you talk about identity, you have your go-to plays. Now that we ran it, I think we only ran it one more time the rest of the game.
I know, but it just seems like the last 3 games, everybody's ready for it.
Let them be. They got to stop it still. That's what
they have been.
They haven't. They didn't stop it last game. You ran it twice and you got to score off of 1 and 6 yard gain off of the first one. So I
scored.
Yeah, he scored.
It was off. Yeah, because he ran into his lineman and he went reverse. That's cool. If he would have ran it the way it was blocked, he was fixing it.
That's part of the job when he has that play. He has to make the right read. There's a back cut lane for a reason.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with him. I'm just saying I think he's better. I don't mind that. I may be totally wrong. I think he's better scrambling, stepping in the pocket.
Only one bank. You saying the same thing I said. How you gonna get me to admit something that I already said? Thank you for watching the show, bro. He said, Smook, you gotta admit that the scheme is great, but the situation play calling is out up to par. That sounds like something.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I said this at the beginning of the show. I
love you. You know I agree with
Greg. I said this Friday for the pregame show. I said our big game situational play calling has to be better. In situations,
I agree.
It's nine times out of 10. I'm good with Nick Sheridan play calling. It's that one play in the momentum shifting time where we need the big play call. And I'm like, where's your head at? And then yesterday,
that's like first, second on the 2-yard line and throw a terrible fade. They pick it
the one time, but then you turn around and you see them call the same exact play because now you give the quarterback the same option and you just tell them, hey, look at your alignment. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it even easier for you. Instead of just giving you the same formation, I'm gonna give you the same personnel grouping, different formation, alignment, and I want you to make the right decision because they're going to give you the same look. They lined up the same way. They're going to match up. They're going to
different DB. You want to get to different DB. I agree, but I know, but I'm just saying. I'm talking about Sheridan. I haven't. He was really the only coach that I was a little worried about, and sometimes he does really well, and sometimes I think he overthinks it.
Only one bank. I can't. Go ahead, bro.
No, I think our biggest problem a lot of times is when we run the ball on first down, we get nothing, or we have a crazy penalty, and now we're 1st and 15. Then here comes the blitz. We don't ever help the right tackle enough, and then we just bog down. I just think, like you said, it's situational. I wish we could block well on first down to get 5 or 6 yards. We've just been so inconsistent. And we just get behind the sticks. Like on third down, we're 3rd and 8 or longer, almost over 50% of the time. That's not good.
100%, man.
But here's the other thing I think our offense did great. Missouri only give up 11 plays over 20 yards all year. 12, and we got 11. And a lot of it was for we got our running backs. I think if we get our running backs running, like you've said, and like I totally agree, we get them running. I just don't like seeing Jalen getting hit.
He's a 6'3", 6'2", 235-pound quarterback that needs to stay behind his pads when he's running. That's Jalen's problem. If he stay behind his pads, he doesn't take a lot of the hits that he's taking. He's antsy. He's indecisive. When he's decisive, and that's not on coaching. When he's decisive about his running, that he's effective. And you're gonna, anytime you touch the ball, you're gonna put yourself in position to get hurt. I mean, you're gonna take a hit, you can get hurt. Yeah. It could be the smallest thing. But I don't like the fact, like, Jalen Milroe has to be involved in the run game if he's going to be the quarterback for Alabama and for us to have success. Because if he's not, you're bringing eight guys in the box for what? You can't attack the one-on-ones every time. You're not going to be as accurate. His legs have to be a something to be considered. You have to acknowledge his legs. So 7 to 10 attempts a game is not hurting Jalen Milroe. 15, 20. That's scary. That means our offense isn't doing anything.
Exactly. I don't like it when he gets more than most running backs together. But do you think? I'm just asking because I know you're really good at watching film and stuff. Like, people don't respect our running backs at all, so I don't think they're putting anything much in the box. It's making it harder to get the ball to wide receivers or doubling Ryan or something. I'm not sure. What and of course we play good defenses. I'm not saying that, but I'm just like, until we can get some respect with our running backs running the ball, maybe it would open it up for everything else.
I don't think it's necessarily they don't get enough respect. It's just when they've had opportunities like Justice Haynes, and I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of film next week when we go into this LSU breakdown. Justice Haynes has had opportunities week 3, week 4 against Vanderbilt early, and that's why I believe he got pulled early against Vanderbilt. And if Jam didn't get hurt in the second half, we would have saw more of Jam, because there were a lot of early, you have to be pressing the pocket. You have to be pressing the line of scrimmage as a running back with intent, not necessarily rushing, but pressing with intent. And he's more so stuttering. And you see Jam kind of leaning on his offensive line to help them create holes. So, and that's coming with experience. You saw Justice do that in the second half, and you saw what it did. When he hit that hole and ran that safety over, that wasn't a clean, wide open, gaping hole. That was a one where you had to stick your foot in the ground and hit it, because as soon as he passed that level up, you saw what was happening. A lot of chaos and stuff happening behind them. Offensive line getting a clean block right there. But then you go to the second level. Now you put yourself in position, and you already have stuck your foot in the ground to create that momentum. Boom. You give yourself to be the running chance to be the running. And I think he saw that on that play when he was like, "Oh, okay, stick my foot in the ground now." Boom. And then Jam comes in, to finish before he had to sit down. It was like two or three rushing plays that he ended the game with, where they weren't necessarily getting a great push 2 and 3 yards off the ball. It was like 1 yard push, or right tackle looking for him, got pushed in the backfield, but his head is up and he's pressing the line of scrimmage. So while he's engaged, you don't have to have your offensive lineman holding to create space for you. You already intact past that level. So that's some small things that I think the running backs are starting to see, and that's going to allow them to be more effective. That's why important bye week, so guys can really look at film and see how good looks, how right looks, and how wrong looks. This is where you get a chance to do that.
Yeah, we just got to correct some little things that I think will be fine. We beat LSU. I feel like, especially if we could play a good, solid game, I think we'll be okay the rest of the year and can get the playoffs. But we just got to get everything, all the little things. We can just get those. I think once you're struggling with penalties like we are, and again, I think the SEC refs are terrible in almost any game you watch. 8 of the 16 offenses, as far as penalties, are in the last 20 or 30 in the whole of the whole country, because they call so many penalties. I get, but I think once we have a lot of penalties, I think refs are looking at us maybe a little bit harder. Maybe just I don't know. If we'd only average maybe 2 or 3 a game, they may not be watching. But I'm sure the other coaches, of course, they're gonna be saying it. I'm just saying, I think, if we clean that up, especially the penalties, always kills. It's always situational penalties that kill us.
Right.
When we're driving or when something's going, it just absolutely destroys us. not necessarily sometimes the penalty. It's just when it happens, it kills us. And if we clean that up, I think we'll be okay on offense. I think it was a good win against Missouri. I don't know why everybody's all crying about it. I mean, good Lord. I mean, how many shutouts did Saban get the last 3 years? It wasn't a whole lot. I don't care who it was against. And like to the point your caller made a while ago, Tennessee put up 50. One wide receiver had 5 touchdowns in Knoxville, and we shut them out in the first half. It's just second half, I think a lot of it's because our offense just couldn't move the ball as well, and put our defense in some pretty tough situations. But I think next year we're just going to be so much better. I'm not saying giving up on this year. I'm just saying when they have more experience in the defense, more experience in the offense, coaches know players better. I've said it earlier, like some of the people are talking about this discipline problem. We had discipline problems with Saban. But I think once we get rid of some of these guys, these juniors, sophomores, some of them redshirts, some of them, I think once DeBoer gets his team, I think it's going to be more like DeBoer. But I could be wrong.
Yep. Well, I don't think it's going to take that long of a turnover for Coach DeBoer. I think we're going to start seeing the early signs of it coming out of this bye week. And there's a stat that I want everybody to listen to and pay attention to. Coach DeBoer, each head coaching staff has lost at least 2 games in his first 6 games. Guess what his record is after that?
He don't lose any.
21-0, following his second loss. And his first stop.
2 games
21-0 after every second loss. He in his first 6 games at Washington, he was 4-2. They went on to go.
He didn't lose it.
They didn't lose. Yeah, they didn't lose again until the national championship the following year. And that was with a team in Washington. Washington did it. Come on, man. I ain't gotta explain it. Y'all can do the research yourself. Y'all can go and look it up. Let's go look it up. 4-2. He was 3-2 COVID year at Fresno State. Turns around the next year. At Fresno State. They lead them to their first 10-win season, and I think 11 years or some crazy junk like that.
Forever.
And then you go to Washington. First year, you only lose 2 games that year. You go to next year, your next loss is in the national championship. So everybody's still tripping about Kalen DeBoer and thinking that he can't right the ship. I'm gonna need you to go and do a little history.
Crazy.
Winning usually follows.
He was the best available coach we could possibly get, and he's great. I mean, we're fortunate. Who else would you get? I just feel like if we can just make it through this season and somehow get in the playoffs, I think we will. If we can win out, just show improvement. That's all I want to see. Everybody judges coaches by just start getting a little bit better every week. And I think in some things we are. Some things we're still kind of a little stagnant, but you can still see, we're starting to get a little bit better in some things. So I have total confidence. I am not a fair weather friend. I think we can win all these other games. We just got to put some pressure on that quarterback down there and just can't let him sit back there and throw all day. That's anybody,
Right.
I think our secondary is playing well, considering their age and their youth. I have no problem. I'm like you. I think our middle linebackers, especially Zero, has just killed us sometimes.
He's definitely been the consistent issue.
A lot of missed tackles, bad angles.
He's been a consistent issue, and I'm not bashing him. We're talking about actual production on the field. I've seen Deontay Lawson do this for 3 years now. This is I see when people evaluate Jalen Miro, they don't want to acknowledge the fact that he was nowhere near where he's at now. He was nowhere near this last year. They keep trying to put this image of Jalen Miro last year here, and we're looking at 2 different quarterbacks. All you gotta do is look at Jalen Miro's best game from last year against Kentucky, and you look at his worst game this year against what we want to say, Tennessee. Tennessee was,
I think it's probably. I think he was hurt.
He was hurt. The Tennessee. I'm telling y'all right now. I don't care what y'all say. Jalen Miro's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt. He's going to be hurt the rest of the season. If he's going to be hurt.
It's about how much pain this young man can take and what type of adjustments he can make to continue to be effective for this team. Because last week, if we got game managing Jalen Milroe, I think we can win the rest of our games. If Jalen Milroe could step up in the pocket 5 to 6 times a game and make his legs an issue in the run game.
Coach Smook, I totally agree. I've been saying it all year too. His pocket presence, I'm not sure why. If I had a right tackle that I mean, honestly, I'm getting popped on. I'm stepping up almost every time. If I don't know if I would trust him.
Deontay
not
ain't
in
hurt.
a bad way, but you know what I mean. Not in a bad way, but like when he steps up, man, he's lethal. Like accuracy, and if he steps up, man, like he knows when he needs to run. It's just like, but when he steps up, but when he don't step up, man, it's sometimes it's not good news. He gets popped pretty good.
Yeah,
but
I think you have to live with it, man. This is a day and age. You know, you're supposed to protect your quarterback, but as soon as you have an athletic quarterback, especially a big athletic quarterback, and I was about to say something else, but it is different, and this has been spoken on in the league. When you got your big black athletic quarterbacks, they don't get the same love as the big boys. You know what I'm saying? And
I know
it's the truth. We saw Ben Roethlisberger benefit from it in the league for the longest. We saw, I mean, Roethlisberger would take some hits and get basic hits and get big calls, but you see my guy Deshaun Watson go out there or Lamar Jackson go out there, they treat him like a running back. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, a little baby. His little baby out there, a little miniature baby. But they treat him like a running back because he can get outside the pocket and be athletic. You don't see them do my boy Allen like that. They give him give him hella love.
Coach, on that scramble that when Milroe scored, we're talking about. I mean, I watched it again today when I was working out and I was watching it. I swear to God, I don't know if it's his leg or what, but man, he just looks.
His foot. Look at his foot. Look at his foot. Look at the left foot.
He just looks slow. I mean,
look at the left foot. I want everybody to go back and watch the whole game from start to finish. Yeah. Look at how strong he starts off, and it still doesn't look like he's comfortable. But then by the third quarter, he's taking maybe 4 or 5 hits at that point. By the third quarter, you can see. Yeah. Whatever pain meds or whatever they give him, it was wearing off. It was wearing off, and thank God we were up by 20 plus at that point in time, because if it was a game where we needed to implement using his legs, and that's the thing this staff is trying to figure out right now. And I'm not going to confirm or deny this. I'm just going to assume this staff right now is trying to figure out what we can and can't do if this young man is going to be able to give us an opportunity to win, because right now they feel like he's still, regardless of the injury, and that's not a bad thing. Yeah. He's still the best option for this team this year.
Because when you look at the Wisconsin game and the Georgia game, and then Vanderbilt, that was just a weird game. Vanderbilt, thank God gave Georgia a game. It's just their strategy of how they milk the clock. But he didn't have a bad game then. He still was pretty good. But then the South Carolina game, he got popped 2 or 3 times, and it's just physically. I think ever since then he's had to deal with it. Because you watch his throwing motion, the way like when he steps, and it just looks different.
And it's not even the throwing motion for me; it's the mechanics from the bottom. That really to me. And I told everybody this earlier.
Weird.
I told everybody this before the season when your boy posted a video and was talking about neck with muscles on muscles on the video. But they were trying to say that his throwing motion changed, and I disagreed. And I kept, if you go look at his throwing, like his wind up and everything is still the same. The ball is a little bit tighter. His hand placement is still the same. His release point has changed almost his throws, but the mechanics when his feet aren't right, that was the problem from the jump. His feet weren't right on the majority of his throws. He was working with most of his arm. You see what's happening when you throw with your arm and not with using your mechanics, flowing from the bottom, your base, and then your power project through and deliver the ball. You see what's happening right now. But when he's able to set his feet, even when he was, the crosses, the intermediate passes were so beautiful this game, but they still weren't they weren't being delivered. They weren't being delivered. And Missouri doesn't have a slouch secondary, so he was making the right reads.
No,
And everybody that say he don't make reads, Go look at the first pass to Robbie Oots. 1, 2, 3. It was out.
Mizzou's defense is top 5 in the SEC in almost everything. They're legit. They're not a bad defense. Now, their offense, I get it. They have some hurt things, but I don't care about that. Our offense still scored 34 against not no shabby defense at all. Not at all. I mean, they're just not. They haven't been giving up big plays. Like I said, I think they've only given up 12 plays over 20. We got 11
in one
game. And
And this was not an injury-ridden defense. I want everybody to acknowledge that they had all 4 their starting 4.
Everybody was there.
They run like a 3-4 nickel 4-3 type look. They do a variation of 4-2-5 like we do. They run a multiple scheme set, but they kept 3 to 4 defensive linemen out there. Rotated their 6-7 defensive linemen. They had their linebackers. I think they were only missing their strong safety was the only one that was out. They didn't have no crazy injuries during the game. So our offense went against a solid Missouri defense and was able to create points off of the opportunities that we had. We were able to control the ball. We were able to run the ball. The interior run game has to be Alabama's run game identity, whether you do it with Milroe, the running backs, whether you give variations with pre-snap motion, the interior run game feeding off of Parker Brailsford, Tyler Booker, and Jaden Roberts, and leaning on that left side a little bit more, putting Caden Proctor in situations where he could lean on the defensive line. That's where our success is, man. Final thoughts, Greg, while we get ready to open this line back up.
Just enjoy your show, Coach Smook. You know, I'm always a big fan. I think you do a great job of your content and allowing us to call in. I love that. I appreciate that so much.
100%.
And I love your take on the game. And I always agree with pretty much on the same thing. I think Coach DeBoer and his staff are doing a really good job. And we're not perfect every game, but it's hard. I don't care. Look, I always think we're going to go, undefeated and stuff. But every time you have a coaching change, I don't care who it is, with new coaches, new schemes, you're going to have games. You're going to struggle a little bit. And with the NIL, everybody's getting good players now. So, I mean, it's not like it was when we just out recruited everybody and we just had better players. I just think I think we can win out. I think this week off will come at a great time for us to clean up some things, really get good, especially that running game. I really want to see our offensive line really just push and shove. And it'll be, a good matchup against LSU. Their defense, they're not that great, but I think if we could just run the ball, play action, and give Jalen some time to let his body heal a little bit, and then let him run, maybe do some good design runs like you're talking about. And then I like to see every once in a while just something off that run. Let him, throw reverse. I want to see Law get a little more involved. I think Kobe will have a good comeback. I think he was just a little rusty. That ball was just off the tip of his hands. I just think, I'm not trying to wear rose-colored glasses, but I think we're set up right.
I believe we're in the best position we can be in right now. Everybody's talking about SEC championship game, and we had this conversation. How much is the conference championship matter? It matters a lot. I think it matters a lot when we talk about travel, home field advantage, all of that. But when you're dealing with a situation, our situation, transition year, playoff is the goal.
Make the playoff.
Playoff is the goal. Right. We just want to get in that first. Right. Because this is a team, we might win game 13. Like,
that's right.
The 13th game of the season that's what happened with Ohio State in 2015. That everybody want to hype them up and talk about they dealt with injuries and all this quarterback. They had a Heisman quarterback.
Backup.
They ended up having to go with their third string quarterback in the playoffs.
That's right.
So
beat us.
But they hit a stride. The team around the quarterback position hit a stride at the right time in that season. And I think that year they had a tough loss to Penn State early in that year. They were projected to win and all this. They had this roster. I think they lost to Penn State that year, and they came into the playoffs. They win their conference. They come into the playoffs, and they beat us. We have an opportunity to be the best 2-loss team because there's going to be a 2-loss team in the SEC championship. I really do believe that there will be a 2.
I believe you're right.
There will be
I'm not even worried about that. I hope we can make the playoffs and we don't even have to play that game. It doesn't bother me because we won't, no chance of nobody getting hurt. We just got to make the playoffs. That's what it's all about. And I think conference championships now are going to be, it'd be great to have, but I don't think they're going to be as, I don't know. It's sort of like the NFL. You just got to make the playoffs. Just get in the playoffs and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We want to be, of course, we want to win a championship. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just not going to be like it used to be. You know, you needed to win that just to get to the 14 playoffs. Now it's not as, you know, not saying we don't want to win it. I'm just saying we just got to make the playoffs and see what happens, man.
This team's mentality doesn't need to be destination. It needs to be next set, next game. Like if they do that, that means we're getting to the playoffs. That's it. If you do that, if you have that mindset, that means you're in the playoffs. You're playing for a national championship. If you're trying to play the next game, that's the next game.
If we went out, we're definitely going to be in the playoffs. I don't know what we rank, but we'll definitely be in there. We might be the best 2-loss team. We might not be, but all we got to do is get in. I feel like we're just going to get better and better and better every week. And we get in the playoffs. I don't care if we're on the road or if we're at home or whatever. We can win a couple games for sure or whatever. We may get hot and just keep winning.
That's how I feel it. But, Greg, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for calling in, bro.
Yes, sir.
100%, man. Roll Tide.
You're good. Thank you for what you do for everybody that listens to your show.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, you too.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all. So right now we're gonna go into the post-game interview reaction segment. We're gonna react to Coach Kalen DeBoer's post-game interview. Right. Y'all give me y'all thoughts in the comment because I got a lot of clips I'm about to start posting this week. And I might not be live on Wednesday. Got to be there for my baby. And all right, so put this ticker at the bottom. I'm gonna take this banner down. Hey, so here we're gonna transition directly into this post-game presser from Kalen DeBoer. And just get you all's reactions to it. After this, y'all see it's a 13-minute video. We'll do our final thoughts, and then we'll close the show out. And then tonight, we got some gaming content we'll be having on the channel today. So we'll get into that part of our content on the channel today on here on Twitch. And then we got a few announcements. But let's get into this post-game press. I think we got a good idea of what everybody's feeling like with this game. So check this out. Here we go. Post-game presser right here.
Yeah, you bet. Every win is important, and liked the way the guys prepared all week long and got a chance to give them a chance to go out there and have success. Didn't get a lot of points right away, but kept applying pressure in different ways once we got the field position flipped, especially I think after the interception. The momentum swinging. So, some good team football there. 3 takeaways as I see it, and none as far as giving up. So, there's always areas we can correct and be better. We got to have some better awareness with some things, just, living in the gray area on some stuff, and it's hurting us just from really, taking a big step. And I feel like we're just right on the edge. And so we'll get a chance to hash through those areas, those gray areas that a lot of times lead to penalties or just misexecution. It just can't be that every little thing that is new or happens to us is something we have to learn, a hard lesson from. And it might be just execution of a play. I'm not even talking about penalties all the time. So go back to work. And I know where the guys' heads are at with what they did this last week, with what happened today. And, not a good time for us to have this week to get ready for LSU.
Uh-oh.
For car insurance rates that can't.
Not them to hit us with a commercial.
The bye, you can always find a reason for it to be a good time. And I feel it's a good time just our guys to recover physically and mentally and make the final run.
Thanks, Coach. Let's start on the right side with Charlie.
Yeah, Coach, just quickly, we saw Cole go down in the first quarter. Do you have an update on where things stand with him?
Yeah, lower extremity. Probably going to be we'll do more evaluation, but it feels like it's going to be something that might be a little bit of time where he'll be missed. So we'll probably have more on Monday with that, but that's what it feels like right now.
Go left side, Chase.
Obviously, the offense started slow early, but you ended up with almost 500 yards. Were some adjustments made that you can touch on that kind of helped the offense get things going?
Yeah, probably a combination of a few things. Just stay in the course. wanting to try to be balanced, wanting to try to get different guys touches, the field position, and just wanting to, get us out of our own territory. Not that you naturally are going to be a little bit more conservative there. But we just couldn't quite make the big play. I think we missed the big one to Kobe and missed on a couple of third downs that, just off of hands. Then there's a penalty that puts you behind the sticks and backs you up a little bit. So I think the field position certainly kept us from having drives, and you have to have explosives if you're going to go the length of the field, and we just missed on those. We knew that was going to be hard when we got in the red zone. We really had to buckle down. That's frustrating when you have to walk away with field goals. But Graham did a nice job, getting a couple there in the first half. And that was good just to get some points. And then the defense just continued to, keep fighting, get the takeaways. They got put in a couple spots just because we couldn't get the field flipped, and they got off the field. So hats off to them. I thought they had a really good week of practice, considering a lot of moving parts over the last 2 to 3 weeks, especially in the back half. And I thought they went out and executed and made no excuses about how much someone was practicing and anything like that. They just knew the work had to be the work, and went out there and did a nice job, made some plays, some diving interceptions and things like that. Made their breaks, and that's what I appreciate.
Back over to the right side. Let's go to Nick.
Yeah, that's 10 takeaways over the past 3 games. Do you feel like the defense has turned the corner?
You're only as good as your last play, right? And it's only as good as your last game. And so there are things you make sure that you do well, and that's something that is certainly there's some good vibes when it comes to taking the football away defensively. They're hunting it, they're anticipating a little bit. So a little bit more of attacking mindset, but not so much on their heels, and just making every yard count. Wanted them to really get that shut out there. That's why I called the timeout. If there was any type of question at all, wanted to let us get our feet in the ground and be able to play football. And so wanted that for them, because I know they've been working extremely hard and just staying the course, and appreciate the effort today. Really kept us right there to where once the offense then got it rolling better and found ways there, especially the latter half of the second quarter, to where we really started, playing a full team game.
Back right, Tony.
Sticking on the defense, you were able to hold them to 3 of 13 on third down. And then also you had that 4th down stop. Just what did you see from the third down defense? And then how much do you think you can build off of both that and that you said preserving the shutout with that stop?
Yeah, you're always looking for the things and the wins that you're doing. I know we have our goals and what we think we need to do each and every week, but just flat out having that each week be something that we can hang our hat on, whether it's takeaways or now, after today's game, just getting off the field on third down. Those are momentum builders. Those are the positives that you can take from today, apply it, and everyone kind of looks at each other and believes that you can go make that play and get that stop. And so that is definitely something we can build off of. And now they just know that they're capable of it. Now you got to go line up and do it again.
Go to Steve in the middle of the room.
Coach, you were able to run the football, especially right here, Coach, in the second half, that thunderous run by Justice Haynes.
Yeah.
What kind of juice did that bring the team, especially the sideline, seeing him do that?
He had a couple. Were you talking about the one going from my left to right, and then was it the touchdown? Yeah, that's the one that sticks out in my mind too. There was a hit in there, and thunderous is probably a good word to put it, because I can hear it. And for him to stay on his feet, keep the legs moving, bounce off, and then guys downfield blocking, great effort. That's something I see from them. The want to is there, and to see it pay off in that type of way, and then have guys making plays. There's some momentum things and things that we can build off from there too. But that was really, not just fun for him. It was fun for everyone to see, that physical type of run. And, Jam, I thought, did a nice job on some runs there too, at different times. So that 1-2 punch right there is, took a good step in the right direction.
Second row on the left, Colin.
With Jam and Justice finding that success. Did you feel like Jalen kind of had a little bit of, weight off his shoulders in terms of making the offense go? How did he kind of respond to kind of that?
Yeah, you bet. No, I think that's how. I mean, every quarterback needs a good run game, right? And so the whole weight of everything isn't on one guy's shoulders.
Rhetorical, obvious question. Everybody knows if your running backs are good. Like, why? Bro, bump this, man. Hey, if you want to go finish watching the rest of it, y'all, pray for your boy. I really want to, because I'm petty like that. Because I am. I'm sorry. But if y'all want to go watch the rest of the interview, man, y'all could definitely go to Alabama YouTube page. It's University of Athletics, Alabama Crimson Tide on AL.com or Alabama Athletics, their YouTube channels. Go check them out, man. They always provide the quality interview audio. But with that being said, y'all, tonight's show, like I said, it's either going to be a gaming content or we might come live. We might have some guest panelists that we might bring on and talk some more college football, give some real evaluations, some more evaluations, not real evaluations. Give some more evaluations of this Alabama Crimson Tide team where they currently stand 6-2, y'all. 6-2. We're currently 6-2. Great win over Missouri. We saw us pitch a shutout. I don't care who it was, what the injuries was. Those are excuses. My thing is we went out, we handle business. Anytime you go out and you pitch a shutout in conference play, it's a good thing. We used to do it to Vanderbilt. Now it look like we're doing it to Missouri. Thank God we was able to get another one. Conference shutout. First one. I think that's the first one we've had in a while too. Somebody find this stat for me. Somebody find that stat for me. When's the last time we pitched a conference game shutout? I think Vanderbilt was the last one. 63-0, 56, 59-0. I think that was. Tyler Booker, Jam Miller. So as y'all can see, we're currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6th in the standings for conference play. Y'all know what's crazy? Check out this conference standings right here for the SEC. Texas A&M 5-0, Georgia 4-1, Texas 3-1, Tennessee 3-1. Oh, that's why Georgia has the lead on them. They have one more conference game than the other teams. That's why they hold the lead. That's why I was telling y'all. So if Texas take another loss, Georgia take another loss, they behind us because we got the head over. But you got Texas, Tennessee, and LSU in front of us. We definitely need to win against LSU next week. We right there in the middle. Give them that second loss. That's us over them. Tennessee got to take another loss. Georgia, Texas, and A&M, they all got conference games. They can lose, man. We can still be in the conference conversation for the SEC championship, but we really just want to get better and win out. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in today to the morning show. Listen, we went two hours a day because we got a lot of content that we got to edit up and get pushed out for y'all. Like I said, got some family things to handle this week during our bye week. It came at a perfect time, not just for the team, but for me too. Got some family things I get to handle this week. Continue to support y'all and shout out again to everybody that donated here on the stream, man. Let me get that donation banner up. My guy Robert Mahan was the only donation today for to become a co-sponsor on today's stream. And then we had some super chats. Had one from my brother Brett Sullivan, $1.99 super chat from him. Then we had our Fairweather fan show up and give his super chats. I don't know if he was expecting a shout out because he's saying crazy stuff with super chats, but I don't have Fairweather energy. It's a bye week. Like, this is my first time actually engaging and trying to help Fairweather fans. So, question for all my Fairweather fans in the chat, rubbernecking: do y'all be Fairweathers like even in the bye week? Because if so, I'm gonna have to go and get some different type of energy and preparation. I expected y'all to take a break. Like, you can't complain about us in the bye week, can you? Like, is there anything bad happening in the bye week? I mean, maybe if a player get in trouble, but like, do Fairweathers not sleep? Let me know, chat. Because I mean, the pandemic is real. with these fair weathers, and I'm really not feeling it. But shout out to everybody in chat. Thank y'all for getting me up to how many likes did we get on the stream, y'all? We got 67 likes on the stream. Appreciate y'all for showing love. 69 likes on the stream. I'm sorry, 69 likes on the stream. We need one more. Give me one more for 70. If you haven't liked the stream, make sure you drop that like on the stream. Keep them analytics up for you, boy. Shout out to all the viewers on Twitter. We ended up having 148 total viewers on Twitter. 148 supporters, rubberneckers, haters, whatever, man. We appreciate y'all. And I wish y'all could really take advantage of becoming a member of the AAA family. I appreciate each and every one of you all for supporting. But if you haven't become a member of the AAA family, think about doing so. The link will be provided. But for those that are members, thank you all. Shout out to our sponsors, each and every one of you. Diamond Sports Group, we thank you. Ghost Energy, we thank you for being an affiliate. Shout out to you. I need my stickers though. I need my stickers, and y'all will be able to the bulk order for Ghost Energy drinks. We're gonna have a promo code set up soon, so y'all be looking out for that. What else, man? We got a lot of stuff going on. So thank y'all for tuning in and supporting, man. I 100% just want to continue to grow. This network is growing. We building another team, our social media drive team, our promo team for social media. So if you want to be interested in that, you think you might have be able to contribute to that, you want to help promote on the social media websites, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all of that, reach out to us in Discord. We got a position for you, a process that we're doing, evaluating people. But don't forget to check out the merch, man. Don't forget to check out the merch too, y'all. We got the new merch, white letter lineup merch is here. A lot of people been asking about it, and it's here. It's here. We got a lot of merch here. Y'all look up at the top corner of the screen right there, and you'll see it. You'll see it. Got the foam shoes, the Crocs. Got the koozies for the slim cans. So if you got slim cans, you like drink the small slim can beers, we got those koozies. We got stickers, decals. We got the license plate that's going to be put up there next week. License plate cover. We got the flags that we be putting out. Hopefully next year we got the car flags. We got the Coach Smook Network banner with the AAA on the opposite side, about to be launched. We got a lot of things coming. So if you really want to rep, man, because you either jump on now or get left behind. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a lot of people that support this network and really support the channel. I got to show y'all a picture. I'm gonna show y'all a picture. Let me see if I can get to my inbox from here. Something cool happened to me the other day, and as you all know, most of you all know, as most of you all know, I live here in Montgomery, Alabama, and so I was going to I was at the gas station, and I ran into some people that support the channel, and I asked this couple because they were watching me record a video, and I was going to put this edit up, but they were watching me record this video, and let me share this. Can I share this tab? All right, here we go. So check this out, y'all. Real cool story. Close out the store. To close it out. This couple right here. I forget their names. Jesus Christ. What was their names, y'all? What was their names? Her name is Laura, and his name is Jason, I believe. Yeah, Laura and Jason. I ran into them at a Quick Trip, and so I'm recording a video off by the off to the side where I'm pumping my gas at, and Jason had him a good time in T-Town yesterday. Laura, his fiance, they literally just got engaged yesterday at the Saturday at the Alabama Missouri game. I think that's when they got engaged. I think that was the storyline. But whatever it was, ran into him at the Quick Trip. Husband noticed me, says he watches the show. No, that ain't Buc-ee's. That's definitely Quick Trip. And the wife, she's a new Bama fan from Wisconsin. And her first interaction with Bama content has been my channel. So it was crazy. And she asked for a picture. She was like, he ran off. He was so excited to meet you. Can I get a picture with you? And so that was really cool. As you can see, man, it was like fire. Y'all see, I got my gear on. This is it was just a vibe, man, running into other supporters, man. So you might not see them in the chat all the time, but Yeah. We growing, y'all. We growing. People rocking with the channel. There's a lot of people that publicly saying they don't watch the channel, but always know what my content is saying. So, like if you don't watch the channel, how do you know what's going on over here? But if you're gonna watch, just become a member, man. We accept fair weathers, we accept haters, all that. We got Georgia fans in our family. We got Tennessee fans. We got Texas fans in our AAA family. Join the AAA family, man. And for those that have joined, thank y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. It's been fun. It's always a vibe every time I pull up on the screen and get to talk with y'all and dialogue with y'all here on the Coach Smook Morning Show. But as I always say, if you ever see me out, man, don't hesitate to holler at your boy. Just holler at me and say, put me in the game, coach. I'll catch y'all later on today. Love y'all. And y'all keep supporting the network, man. Don't forget to like on your way out, share on your way out. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to the Coach Smook Network, where we believe in authenticity above all. SOS family, roll tide.
Welcome. First of all, I just want to say thank you for joining the AAA family. By doing so, you have committed to supporting this channel monetarily, and for that, I could not thank you enough. I'm glad that you saw fit to contribute to the growth of this network, and because of that, you have access to all the behind the scenes content that we're going to be placing on this channel, backstage access to all the vlogs, VODs. We got all types of content. You will have early access to it. Also, any event that you see come out with outside with Coach Smook, or anything sponsored or partnered with Coach Smook, it will be preferred, and we will all make sure that we're all taken care of. This community is going to continue to grow. Don't miss out on any opportunities to network. We have other content creators. We have business owners. We got entrepreneurs. This is Coach Smook Network because we believe in networking. We want to uplift the community. So thank you for contributing to helping that mission, seeing that goal. And that's really what we're here for, right? We're here to uplift and continue to grow. So thank you for all your contributions, and welcome to the family. AAA, SOS.